Welcome back, guys. It's been about a month since I've done something like this. Nice little break. Went down a little hole for different interest for a while, but have dug myself out for the most part. So I'm able to get back into this. This is Eylau and the epic commands and color scenario. As far as the historical background, it says Napoleon, although outnumbered, was determined to hold his position, knowing that Ney was coming up on the left and Davout on the right. His plan was a double envelope of the Russian army. Bennigsen's 4 corps and cavalry were deployed on the heights in front of Eylau, but could not throw up field works because the ground was frozen solid. Around 8 a.m., the Russian guns positioned somewhat forward of the main line opened fire, and the French artillery replied with greater effect. Tuchkov countered a French probe on the Russian left, and Soult's corps was hard-pressed to hold its ground. At the same time, the Russian cavalry attacked the advance guard of Davout's 3rd Corps to take the pressure off his flanks and allow Davout's corps to advance against the Russian flank. Napoleon ordered his center forward. Augereau's 7th Corps advanced into a blinding snowstorm, lost their bearings, and veered left, directly into the line of fire of the massed 70-gun Russian Grand Battery. A massacre ensued as thousands of French soldiers were cut down within minutes. Their survivors retreated to Eylau. The French center had ceased to exist. Bennigsen seized the opportunity to counterattack. 20,000 Russians advanced irresistibly across the valley, driving the French back to the town. So what we have here is, it looks like Russians will get 6 command cards. The French will get 5 command cards, with some caveats to that. We'll get to that. Victory is 20 banners. Special rules, i.e. victory objectives. We've got the town of Eylau itself, which is here. These 3, let's see, no, with those 4 areas. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Camera angles will shift as needed. We'll get to that as well. And then also Scholten, Auklappen, Sosgarden, and Serpelen. These buildings, so these towns here, 1, 2, 3, 4. A couple might be off camera, are also victory objectives. Lakes are frozen. A unit on the lake or retreating through it takes 1 damage at the end of the turn. Maximum of 1 loss per turn. Mother Russia rolls in effect. I've already done that. So anything with a Russian banner reflects that in kind. Have the Prussians miniatures standing in for the Russians, since Warlord hasn't started making the Russians yet. Alright, and then we have reinforcements, so interesting. It says after the 6th French command card played, Davout's corps arrives. After the 10th Allied command card played, you get your Prussians. And then after the 14th French command card played, Ney's corps arrives. Lots and lots of reinforcements. This table is going to be bursting at the seams with soldiers, so lots to bear in mind as we move along. That's the introduction. Let's go ahead and try and start this. Where can I put? We'll put this here. This scenario is an unofficial scenario. You can download it on commandsandcolors.net. That's where I got it. Take a look at that, see what you think. Or just take my word for it. I think this is the first time playing on camera with the new table angle setup. I've switched it, turned it for the better. So what do we have? We have French get 5. I'm not going to do the solo thing. 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a different way of drawing cards when you do the solo thing. I've done that the last couple of times. I'm not going to do that this time. And then Russian 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So now we need to bear in mind the first reinforcement arrives when? After the 6th French command card played. Okay, I think I can remember that. Who goes first? Russians go first. Alright. So this will be those. I need markers to help me remember things. That's the Prussians. If I have any more Russian, yeah, I do. Russians. They will be going first. Let us away. Alright, here's the Russian choices. I've got a forward card. Nice hefty card. Bayonet charge. Not usable at this point. Attack left flank. Attack right flank. Shuffled these pretty good. Cavalry charge. Force march. Ooh, what is this? Maybe we'll use this first. Issue an order to all infantry units in one section. So I can move 2, etc., etc. Let's do that. In one section, let's do the right. So can I bring that over? Over yonder in that corner would be the Prussian right, so let's head over there. You know what? I'm going to start doing something else. I'm going to start pausing in between, I think. Alright, that was some major movement there on the right flank. Discard that, and now it is the French turn. French options include... We'll go back to the center here. If you see this little... I lost my stick. If you see this little monument, that is the exact center of the table. I don't know why I care about that. It has no game value, but for my own peace of mind, I always mark that. French turn, we have probe center, scout center, big forward, assault left flank, rally. Let's do the big forward. Did they draw? I don't think they drew a card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, so we need to draw. Alright, forward. Draw so I don't forget. So that's 2 in each section. Let's go with the center first. And I should be able to do some move and shoot and scoot, move and battle here. If we look at... Are we centered? Yes, we are. With this line infantry, they can do 1 in battle, and that's a range of 2. So let's make it so. That's 2 per section, right? We'll go with, let's mark who we're going to do here. These guys here. These fellers here. Yeah, right on the cusp there, and then the 2 are over here. Let's go with these guys, and God, it's so much easier to maneuver around the table with it turned out like this. All those years I've been doing it like that. All right, let's do the center first. We shall move 1 here, right into the face of that artillery. And 1 here. We could move 2, but we're going to shoot we can do one in battle, so that's what we're doing. Let's go ahead and ring those up. Alright, so that's going to be 4 dice. No, it's not. It's going to be 1 in battle. Moving range fire is going to be 2 dice. We've got issues. Terrain, we are firing uphill. There we go. So this is going to be, can we see this on camera? I believe so, yeah. Alright, so we're going to be firing these guys at artillery on a hill within fieldworks. Hill with fieldworks hex side, so that's going to be infantry -1, so it's just 1 die. Let's see what we get. We want, oh, I need that again. Goodness sakes, that's going to be, oh, I do have it handy. I was going to say I'm going to have to pause the camera because I don't have that. Alright, for artillery we want 4s or 6s. A 4 or a 6. We got a 6. That's a flag. They cannot ignore. They lose 1 since they can't retreat, so somewhat beneficial on that shooting. And then bless. You know what? I think I'm gonna fire at the again from the other unit at the artillery as well. Same deal. We want a 4 or a 6. We got a 4. So sharpshooting French here. I've narrowed down that artillery unit behind the fieldworks on the hill to 1 artillery unit. So that's good. Very good opening. Promising start for the French. Doesn't usually go that way, but did this time. Alright, let's move to the French left. Right about there. Can we see? Yeah, we're good. So French left, we've got 2 units. Looks like it is just 1. So anyway, let's go. We'll move these guys up. They'll be done. Now, that doesn't put them within range of anything, but that'll be their action. And then we go here. And fire 2 shots. Right? Yeah. That's 2 dice. No modifiers. Firing straight in to this Russian. Did I say Prussian? If I ever say Prussian, I mean Russian. 2 shots firing straight into that Russian column there. We wanted 1s, 2s, or 6s. We got nothing. 1s, 2s, or 6s. Yeah, we rolled a 3 and a 4, so that's nothing. They're done, and we move to the French right flank. Right yonder. Here, and yeah, we got it. So this unit here and this unit here. Moving, and I was going to say I won't have anything in range after I move, but actually I will. Let's go here and try and fire at, yeah, we can fire there, and then we'll move off of the hill here, down and up. They'll be done, nothing in range. Let's resolve fire here. So 1, 2. Is that? You know what? I'm going to say that breastwork doesn't field work doesn't block anything, but they are still on a hill. So either way, it's still -1 die, which means just 1. So I want a 4 or a 6. I get nothing. So that's not good. Alright, that's the end of the Frenches. Back to the Russians. 2, 3, 4, 5. That's too many. Isn't that too many? Double checking the command cards. French only have 5. I've got 1 too many somehow. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that's right. 5. Alright. And then 6 for the Russians. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, back to the Russians. What are we looking at here? Let's center the camera. Russians are looking at this is for the Russians. We got that forward card again. Bayonet charge. Attack left flank, attack right flank, cavalry charge, probe center. Let's do forward. So just like the French, that's 2 on each side there. We'll go so for the center we'll mark this infantry, line infantry unit, this grenadier unit. And then we'll go for the left. Obviously, the obvious choice, this artillery unit here. We'll move up this line unit here. That'll be our left. And then for the right, which you probably can't, yeah, you should be able to see this. We'll fire this chap, and we'll fire this chap. Maybe we'll move him, because this Eylau, this part of the Eylau town is open. We could take that. Maybe we'll work towards that. Alright, let's start with the left flank. I don't know why the camera's tilty, sorry. Firing with artillery, let's roll that up. Battle effects artillery down, no modifiers for that. That is just going to be 3 dice. Just 3 dice, so let's roll that up. What do we want? 1s, 2s, or 6s? We got a 5, a 4, and a 1, so that's 1 hit. He's now down to, was a 4, now a 3. He's done, we'll move him. We'll move him up. It's line unit up 1. Onto the hill. Nothing in within range, so he's done. And then recenter the camera for the Russian center. We'll make that. Oh, we've got fire to do. So that's going to be Russian lines, 4 dice. 1s, 2s, 6s. So we have a hit and a flag. So there's 1 hit and a retreat on him. Drops him to 3. He's going to retreat here. And that pushes him out of range of that grenadier unit. So what do I want to do? I can move that grenadier unit up, I guess, in battle. Let's do that. He also has benefited from the Mother Russia roll, which I'm not exactly sure what that means at this point. I'll have to look that up. So he will move 1 in battle. Let me pause and see what the Mother Russia thing means. I thought it was more of a defensive thing, but it does increase the combat die roll by 1. So instead of having it to 2, we'll add 1, making 3 because of the pre-battle Mother Russia roll. Wanting yet again 1s, 2s, and 6s, we get a 1, a 2, and a 3, so that's 2 more hits. Drops him to a 1. He's now down to from a 4 to a 1. That is the center action for Russia. Let's move to the Russian right flank, the French left. We've got 2 units that will be firing. No pre-battle Mother Russia stuff going on, just firing. So 2 dice. We got a 6 and a 5. That flag can be ignored because he has an attached commander. And then, were we going to move this guy? No, let's just fire. Firing again. Same deal. 1s, 2s, 6s desired. Well, we got another hit. So he's now a 3. Drops from a 4 to a 3. And I think if you take a hit with a commander, there's a chance the leader casualty a check. Yeah. So make the leader casualty check by rolling 2 battle dice. So to hit, I'm gonna need, if I roll 2 5s, oh, I got a 1 5. If I rolled 2 5s, that leader was gone. I rolled a 5 and a 3. Okay, a narrow escape. So Russians, a nice response there. Back to the French. Excuse me, I'm remembering after what? Free up the iPad. After the 6th French command card. We've only played 1, so here's our French choices. Probe center, scout center, assault left flank, rally. Let's probe center. Sounds like a good medical maneuver. Probe the center. That's 2 up to Jaxie. Well, let's go out with a blaze of glory here. I mean, this guy's going to be knocked out before too long anyway. So this guy, see if we can finish knocking out this artillery unit. All right. Probably not the best choices, but they're choices. We'll fire. It's going to be 3. Firing at this artillery unit on the hill. What do we want? 4s or 6s? We got him. He's gone. There's our first unit casualty of the game. That Russian artillery unit is effectively dissolved. And that leaves this unit here firing there. That's going to be straight. Would be 4 dice, but he only has 1 strength left, so it's 1 die. 1s, 2s, or 6s. He got nothing, so he's not going to go out in a blaze of glory. He's just going to slowly fizzle out, I guess. There's your French turn, gang. Exciting stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you know what that means? Yep, that's the Russian turn. 6. What the Russians have going here, they have bayonet charge, which they still cannot use. Attack left flank, maybe. Attack right flank, maybe. Cavalry charge, no. Probe center, nah. Probe right flank, nah. What are we probing here? Let's probe, let's attack left flank. So that means Russian left flank. Yes, Russian, French right. And that's 3 units that can activate. We'll pop off this artillery here. We'll scoot and shoot there. And bring up this light unit. No. We'll bring up this unit. Let's do that first. Let's take these guys, put them on the hill behind the field works where the artillery was. That'll be cool. And now they can fire. Half strength since they move, so that's 2 dice. 1s, 2s, or 6s. We get a 1 and a 3, so that's 1 hit. They drop from a 4 to a 3. And then we head out with this artillery unit. What's that going to be? 3 strength at 2 hex distance. Foot artillery. Range 2. Full strength. That is 3 dice. 1s, 2s, or 6s. We got a 6. So all that means is he retreats 1 hex. So nothing doing there really. And he does so. Excuse me. And then that line unit will move up to here. Probably keep them on the hill. That is a great defensive. That's great defensive value being on that hill. That's the Russian turn right there. Not bad, huh? I'll pass it back to the French. I'm going to try and play to the French reinforcement phase and then kill this segment. We'll see if we can make it that far. Alright, here's the French. Turn 3 for the French. Scout center, assault left flank. Raleigh. Scout right flank. Counterattack. What's counterattack? Counterattack means we're going to do the same thing the Russians did. So where they attack, activated 3 on this flank, the French will also activate 3 on that flank. Pretty cool card, counterattack card. Yeah, as much as there's a lot of cavalry and I'd like to activate it, but there's just no point in doing so yet. They'll just get lit up if I did. So he does qualify. He qualifies. And these fellers. Alright, so let's move the camera. Cattywampus. And where's the stick so you guys can follow the action better? We're moving this guy from here to here. Here to here, so right back where he was. He had retreated, if you remember. He will fire at half strength, which is 1.5. It's half of 3, 1.5. Let's see, ranged fire blocks 2. 2 dice, drop one of them because of the defense there. We need a 4 or a 6, we got a 1, nothing. Looks like this artillery unit is going to be a little harder to knock out. Let's move these guys up here. Move them up 1 and battle. Haven't had any melee yet. And I ponder this regularly, how often actual contact hand-to-hand melee took place. How often did that really take place? I feel like it just came down to close quarters shooting more than anything, rather than beat the bastards with the butt of your rifle type deal and bayonets. Maybe I'm wrong. It's just going to be 1 die because they're on a hill. And we got nothing. Good job there. And then go this way. Probably a bad idea again, but more bang for our buck there. So we will get to roll 3 dice. If we were firing at the infantry unit on the hill, it would only be 2 dice. But they moved, right? I'm almost positive they moved, so it's just going to be 2 dice. Two dice. We got a hit. 1 hit. Drops that unit from 4 to a 3. Right there. Back to the Russians. Center the camera. Should have 6 cards here. Choices: bayonet charge, cavalry charge, probe center, probe right flank, attack right flank, assault right flank. Let's do assault right flank. That's going to be 6 units that I can activate if I do that. Assault right flank, i.e. French left flank, so that would be 6 units. Let me pause this until I get to some combat. Alright, we've got, after that, 3 units that can battle against this one poor bastard here. Let's go ahead and start it. Full strength, that's going to be 4 dice. 1s, 2s, and 6s. We get not a thing. Wow, and then let's try here. 1s, 2s, and 6s. Not a thing here either. And I don't know who's yelling outside. I'll go check that out, I guess. And then 2 dice. We haven't got anything yet. 2 dice here. Wow, nothing there either. So this unit survived. That's the end of the Russian turn. Recenter the camera. And it'll be the French turn. Alright. We'll pause this a second. Foul-mouthed neighbor whining about nonsense. Alright. French. Choices: scout center, assault left flank, rally, scout right flank. Well, these are bad. Force march. Or are they? Let's do the force march. Which allows us to what? Let's issue an order to all infantry units in 1 section. So let's work this center, huh? Let's work this center. Work those quads. So that will allow us to do, who are we moving exactly? All infantry units in 1 section. Goodness sakes, that'll be these guys. These guys. That's a lot of guys. Alright, wow. Hell of a card. Those cards are almost like gold here for starting out. Why am I marking these again? As I've mentioned in the past, I forget what I've done. Did I move them already? Did I not? Just a handy reminder to let me know what the hell's going on. As you increase the number of units on the table, it's easier to lose track of who's doing what. He is in the center. That is it. Alright, that's quite a few though. I'm gonna pause this and move those who are not within range, and then I'll bring it back in for those that have targets in range to fire at. Alright, major movement there. Major movement. We do have some stuff we can fire at after that. Those guys were already in range, so they are firing at full strength. That's 4 dice. 1s, 2s, and 6s. We've got 3s and 4s. That's not what we want. So that's a wash. That leaves 3 units here. He can fire half strength at that grenadier unit, and will do so now. That's 2 dice. 1s, 2s, 6s, nothing. How about nothing? Again. How about nothing twice in a row? And then 4 dice going in there. Nope, 1 die because he's 1 strength. For God's sakes, he also got nothing. And finally, I'm not firing at that. I'm firing at that. That's just 3 dice. Oh, finally, we got a hit and a flag. So he can't retreat, so that's 2 hits. Why can't he retreat? Because there's folks behind him blocking his way. 2 hits drops him down to 1. So at least that's something. And that's that. That was the French prolonged French turn. Alright, now we go back to the Russians. How many cards? French card 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, getting close. 2 more French cards and we can bring on our first batch of reinforcements. Russians. Assault right flank. Attack right flank. Probe center. Cavalry charge. Bayonet charge. Probe right flank. What's assault right flank? Which means 6. 6 units. Pause you and come back. And welcome back. We've got some movement that took place here. Most importantly, we've had a Russian light infantry unit move into one of the Eylau town hexes. So that's cool. So one of the 4 are now occupied by the Russians. We have some firing we will pop off. Here, full strength, coming at you. Probably going to dissolve that unit here. This is 4 dice. 1s, 2s, and 6s. We have a 2, so that's a hit. Drops him half strength to a 2. Next. Same deal. Line infantry unit firing 4 dice. 1s, 2s, 6s. 6 can be ignored. That cannot. We got a hit and a retreat. So he's now 1 strength, and you know, again, I've said this in the past, but all these retreats really do is benefit. I guess that's why they do it. Benefit the defending unit because it moves them out of range. But for the attacking unit, it just kind of sucks because then they can't do anything. Now here's a conundrum. I've designated these 3 units here, right, as firing. Once he retreats, this guy can no longer fire because he's retreated out of range. Now, is it cheating if I decide to move him since he hasn't done anything yet? You know, I'm gonna go hardcore on this rules wise and say he's not going to do anything. He was designated as to say his orders were to fire. And that was what he would have done were he able. He cannot, so he does not fire. His orders were not to move, so he will not move. It's Russian turn. Back to the French. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Working our way towards our first French reinforcements. Here we go. Scout center. Assault left flank. Rally, scout right flank. Let's assault left flank. So this means we'll just basically react. 5 units will react on the left flank here. Right back here. Let me pause this and come back. Alright, French played it relatively safe. All I did was move up a couple artillery units. Had a light infantry unit that could have moved 2 hexes up, but that would have just placed them in firing range of 2 Russian infantry units, so I stopped short of that. I have 1 unit that can fire at this Russian light infantry unit in the Eylau town. It's going to be 4 dice, but it will drop by 2 since I'm firing into that town. Let's see what we get. 1s, 4s, or 6s. Oh, we got, I'm sorry, 1s, 2s, or 6s. We did get a 2. So they take a hit, drop from a 4 to a 3. I'll take it. Would have liked a little bit better result, but I'll take it. I guess what choice do I have? I can reject it, I guess. That's the French. 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, after the next French card, we get our reinforcements. Russians. Looking at attack right flank, probe center. Cavalry charge, bayonet charge, probe right flank, attack right flank. Let's move back to the center here. Probe center, that's 2 units that will activate. We'll be right back. Alright, Russian center, 2 units that I've chosen are no movement, just firing. Going to be line unit behind this field works and this grenadier unit here with the pre-battle Mother Hospital. Alright, 4 dice. 1s, 2s. Uh-oh. That's too many 2s. We got 3 2s. He's a strength of 3. He's done. Line unit wiped him. Just wiped him. Keep track of these victory banners. I have one for the French. Right? And one for the Russians. I need to we'll do that at the end. The town hexes, etc. Victory banners. Well, that's the end of him. Alright. So body even. French knocked out that artillery unit. Russians knocked out a line unit. About even. What else is going to happen? Probably another unit will get knocked out, right? Because that's 5 dice coming at a 1 strength unit. And another unit knocked out. So Russians have just, at least casualty-wise, taken the advantage. Another unit will knocked out. Good job, Grenadiers. We still haven't had any melee or cavalry charges. In fact, this 1 strength unit might have been a nice, fun target to throw the cavalry against, but it just hasn't happened yet. That was the Russian turn, no? That brings us to, should be pausing the camera for this. Try to make these videos a little bit shorter. A couple of reasons: people don't want to watch 3 hours of you doing, half of which is you doing stuff that isn't fun to watch, like this that I'm doing right now. So I'm trying to do better with that, make it easier on you guys. Let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and French turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. After this card is played, we pull up our French reinforcements and go from there. What are we doing though? We've got Eylau, Raleigh, scout flank, cavalry charge, scout center. Let's do Eylau. What is Eylau? Eylau is roll battle dice equal to the command number of cards held in your hand. That would be 5. For each symbol rolled, one unit of this type is ordered. One unit leader of your choice may be ordered for each flag symbol rolled. What, in a particular section? Doesn't say. So, what did I get? I've got, looks like 3 infantry, an artillery, and a flag. Does what? Unit of your choice for each flag. And they battle with 1 extra die this turn. So that's 5 units. Let me see who we want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it doesn't say in a specific section, so... That's cool. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4. No. 4. I don't want them to battle back. If I fire from there, that'll be melee, and I don't want them to battle back. 5. That's what I want to do. That's what I'll do. Alright, that's all firing, no moving. And they battle with 1 extra die. So, we would subtract normally for this attack on the hill here. But since we have add 1 extra die, it rounds out to 4. Looking for 1s, 2s. We got 2 hits. So that's 2 hits. So we just cut them in half. So they went from a 4 to a 2 just like that. Great. And then same deal. Although they're not full strength, they are 3 strength. That's 4 dice. 3 dice. Another hit. I'll take it. They're now 1. Good stuff, good stuff. 2 down, 3 to go. What else? These guys here in the center. In the center. That's 4 dice. Make that 5 dice. 1s, 2s, 6s. We have a hit and 2 flags. So that'll be 2 hits, 1 retreat. 2 hits, 1 retreat. He is now 2 strength. And he backs at 1. He would have backed up again, but again, he's ran out of real estate with all the troops behind him. So he's done. And finally, the 2 on the French left. 2 on the French left here, and then the French reinforcements, and that's it for this turn, or this session. We'll go here. That's going to be, it would be 4, 5. Nope. Oh, they only have a strength of 1? For criminy sake. That's my bad. Oh, that's terrible. In fact, they can't even fire because it drops to... What the hell? Why did I do that? Why wouldn't I do... You know, I am changing this. That's just ridiculous. We're firing from here to here. It's a 1 strength unit. I didn't notice that. I'm allowing myself to change that. I would do so for the Russians as well. So that's fair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drops to 3 because they're in the town. 1s, 2s. We got 1 hit. 1 hit there. What is he at now? Light infantry is now half strength at 2. Not done yet though. We've got this unit here firing across the frozen pond. And what's he gonna do? I wonder. That's going to be 3 dice as well. 1s, 2s, or 6s. I'll take anything I can get. Got another hit. He's still in holding out, but he's down to 1 strength now. So that's done. And then that's it. We're stopping other than the French reinforcements that can now come on. That was the 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it is for future reference. The Russian turn. I need something to. Put all the dice over there. Maybe that'll help. Trying to figure out how to remember, because I don't know when I'll come back to this. I think it's the Russians' turn. Put all the dice on the Russian side. That'll help me remember. Alright, now let's see how this works. With the first French reinforcements coming aboard. Who are they? Where are they going? After the 6th French command card play, Davout's corps arrives on the right French flank. On the free brown hexes. So that should be, yeah, okay, so that should be here. Alright, I gotta move stuff. I have to make way for Davout. Lot of stuff. So Davout's coming over yonder. The camera's really probably wonky now. Let's move this up a hair, right there. Alright, so we can come on 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I almost made a mistake. I almost made a grave tactical error. This area isn't in play. It's actually below the boundary line. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I can come on from here. Let's mark it from here to where? To the here. From there to here is where I can come on. Well, let's do it. It looks like it's all infantry. Okay. Let's go here with this line unit. Like I said, a lot of reinforcements in this scenario this chap designed. Both French and Prussians. More so French, but there. And I didn't have any special instructions on how to bring the reinforcements on. It just says bring them on after the 6th French card is played. That's what I've just done. There. Boy, that bolsters the right flank, does it not? Criminy. Alright. There's our first video segment. Maybe we'll break it down accordingly. So the next video I'll do until we hit that would be the 10th. After the 10th Russian card is played, they get their reinforcements. And then after the 14th French card is played, they get Ney's corps arriving on the left, French left flank. The Russians will arrive on the rear center. Did I keep track of all the casualties? It looks like 2 for the Russians, 1 for the French. Yeah, that's all good to go. Yeah, okay. Everything's good, yes. Alright, I think that covers it. Don't know that I need to recap. You guys watched it, you know what's up. I will see you the next time. Not sure when, but thanks for watching and stay tuned.